Imagine a colossal factory machine and your tiny kitchen blender decided to have a competition on who makes the best pizza sauce. Spoiler alert, it's not about the size. In the red corner, we have the industrial giants equipped with machines so large they could churn out lakes of sauce. And in the blue corner, the humble home kitchen where a trusty blender does the job with a personal touch. Here at STBL Media, it's a battle of David versus Goliath proportions, but in the culinary world. Now, let's dive into the saucy details of this epic culinary showdown on today's episode of Factory versus Homemade. If you enjoy our content, remember to subscribe and like our videos so others may be able to see them and enjoy them as well. Of course, stay tuned to the end of our episode where, as always, an easy-to-make and delicious homemade recipe awaits. First up, the tomatoes, the heart of any pizza sauce. In the sprawling factories, tomatoes are not just a mere ingredient, they're a vast sea of red. These facilities handle tomatoes by the ton, employing colossal machines that make quick work of peeling, crushing, and cooking. Imagine a contraption so mighty it can blitz through what would take a home cook hours in mere minutes. It's the culinary equivalent of a superhero, if superheroes were really into bulk food processing. Now pivot to a more quaint setting, the home kitchen. Here the approach is less about quantity and more about the quality of connection with the food. A cooking enthusiast carefully selects each tomato, inspecting for that perfect blush. The peel slips off with a paring knife, a task done with surgical precision. Each crush of the tomato is done not just with a tool but with a touch of passion. It's a labor of love, transforming each tomato into a masterpiece of sauce. Whether it's a mountain of tomatoes or just a humble bowl, it's all about turning these red gems into gold. What's a sauce without its spice? Indeed, the symphony of spices can elevate a humble tomato sauce into a masterpiece of flavor. In the vast world of factory production, the spice game is a high-tech affair. Imagine colossal silos, each filled to the brim with pre-mixed spices, all meticulously calculated by machines to ensure each batch of sauce is uniformly scrumptious. These spices are dispensed with robotic precision, ensuring that every ounce of sauce has the exact flavor profile intended. Contrast this with the charming chaos of a home kitchen. Here, the art of spicing is less science and more intuition. The home cook, a maestro of taste, delves into their arsenal of spices, adding a pinch of oregano here, a dash of basil there. It's a sensory experience. They sniff, they taste. And let's not forget the inevitable sneeze when the pepper shaker comes out. Each homemade batch is unique, a personal stamp of the cook's whims and fancies. In both cases, it's the spice that makes the sauce nice, though one might have a bit more sneeze than the other. Now let's stir things up a bit. In the colossal world of pizza sauce production, factory floors are dominated by the rhythmic dance of giant stainless steel mixers. Imagine these mechanical behemoths churning thousands of liters of vibrant tomato sauce, their motors a symphony of industrial might whirring tirelessly. Each mixer, a titan in its own right, ensures that each batch is as smooth as the last, tirelessly working to blend every ounce of flavor. Transitioning to a more humble setting, the domestic kitchen, where high-tech gives way to high-touch. Here, a wooden spoon reigns supreme, wielded by the hands of the passionate home chef. It's a more personal affair, stirring the pot with care and a hint of struggle against the occasional rebellious splatter. The simplicity of the process is endearing yet challenging, as each stir infuses love but risks a tomatoey backlash. It's a stirring saga of epic proportions on one end and a splashy spectacle on the other. Enough of the giant mixers and heroic stirring. Here's how you whip up a quick, splendid pizza sauce at home. First, you'll need a few humble ingredients from your pantry. Grab some crushed tomatoes, just a tin will do. Olive oil, a couple cloves of minced garlic, and a selection of herbs. A pinch of salt and a dash of pepper are your trusty sidekicks in this culinary adventure. Let's start with the garlic. In a medium saucepan, heat a splash of olive oil over medium heat. Once the oil is whispering sweet nothings, it's time to introduce the minced garlic. Sauté it just until it starts to sing or becomes fragrant, if you prefer less drama in your kitchen. Next, it's time for the tomatoes to join the party. Pour in the crushed tomatoes, stir these newfound friends together and watch as they mingle into a saucy mix. Now, for the enchantment of herbs. Whether it's basil, oregano, or a bit of both, sprinkle them in like you're a magician casting a spell. Add that essential pinch of salt and a secretive dash of pepper. Give the concoction a good stir. Let the sauce simmer gently. It only needs about 10 to 15 minutes, just enough time to make you anticipate the magic you've created. And there, before you know it, voila, your sauce is ready to transform any pizza base into a masterpiece. There you have it, a delicious homemade pizza sauce that didn't require a factory setup or a blender the size of a car. Give it a whirl and may your pizzas be ever flavorful.